What's up, you guys? So, it's Clash of the Horns. I watched the majority of the game up to the fourth quarter. I wasn't gonna watch a bloodbath after the fourth quarter. I started getting sleepy and bored and pissed off at McVay and not really thinking that the Rams would I think they had a chance. But there were specific things the Rams had to do to win this game. And the only thing that they had to do was run the ball, right? Why? Because we know that the Baltimore Ravens have I'm going to say an elite secondary with a really, really good D-line and some pretty physical linebackers. Like, we have a set of things we have to do to win this game. Is basically win time of possession and play decent defense. Like, not a fantastic defense, but decent. Now that I say that, Todd Gurley had 6 carries. 6 carries at 22 yards, right? The Rams are close to undefeated when Todd Gurley gets at least 20 carries. At least 20. Then why the hell doesn't McVay run the football? Does he not have a team that tells him, you know what, when we give this man 20 carries, at least 20, we're basically unbeaten? We can't do that. There's no way we can run the football. Just run the ball. We'll do what we did from 2017 to the Super Bowl. Like, is Todd Gurley that terrible? Like, is there no way that we can give it to Darrell Henderson? Like, I know we have wide receivers. Are we going to force it to them? Are we going to get Jared Goff killed? I mean, Jared Goff had 212 yards, but he also had 2 interceptions. Look at Lamar Jackson. He had way less attempts, way less. He had 169 yards, but he had 5 touchdowns. Mark Ingram had 15 carries for 111 yards and 1 touchdown. Then Lamar also ran it for 95 yards. But we can't give Todd Gurley at least 20 carries. Like, we didn't even give him as many carries as they gave Ingram. We had an average of 3.7 yards per rush. This is coaching malpractice by McVay. I'm starting to think Wade Phillips isn't as good as Wade Phillips thinks he is. Like, we beat the terrible teams, right? But we'll see who we play next. The Cardinals, we play the Cowboys, we play the Niners. I mean, I'm starting to feel like this loss is going to really hurt this Rams team's morale. We're not going to be making the playoffs, you guys. We're not going to be making the playoffs. The Vikings are not going to lose more games than we think they are. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, we might think we're better than what we're playing like, but we're not going to win more games. It's just not going to happen. Like, I wish I was wrong. But it's not going to happen. Like, I stayed optimistic because we only had 4 losses and we had 6 wins. Like, there's a possibility, but it's not going to happen. The season's done. Like, the only thing we can do is look at who shows up, and then are they worth keeping a contract? Are they worth staying on this team? Like, there's guys on this team that they're not going to be here next season. Corey Littleton, one of my favorite players that came out of nowhere, like literally came undrafted and started playing linebacker. He was a safety in college. He's not going to be here. I don't think he's going to be here. They're not going to be able to pay him more than other teams are going to pay him. Michael Brockers, he's a big cap casualty, man. He's going to be gone, and he's getting older. Like, we got guys like Greg Gaines and Sebastian Joseph Day Sebastian Joseph Day is goddamn useless. But for some freaking reason, Wade Phillips decides to put him on the field, and he got bitch slapped today. I actually feel bad for Aaron Donald because he has to play with all this trash around him. They double teamed him the entire game, and it was basically damn near useless because no one else can get open. No one else can get some pressure on Lamar. And Lamar, he's not the same Lamar as last season. And I said this when the Chargers put a whooping on Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens last season. I said, as long as that kid doesn't turn the ball over and he's halfway decent quarterback, that team's going to be special. And that's what we're seeing this year. He's not turning the ball over. He is not, what's the word? He's not being rushed. Like, he felt like rushed unnecessarily. And they worked on their offensive line this draft. Like, they picked up some tackle, and they got a running back that's decent. You know, Ingram's pretty decent, but he's fiery. He's got that fiery personality. They want to get Marcus Peters, and now Marcus Peters decides to play good. Like, he decides that, okay, now I'm playing good. So what was it, Marcus? Was it because you were in LA with Talib, didn't really take it seriously? Or you just decided to play good? Or did they use you better? Like, did they put you at a better situation? I'm not sure, man. But Marcus was playing like straight shit up until they traded him to the Baltimore Ravens, and he wants to play good. But you know what? I hope they win the Super Bowl because I'd rather it be the Ravens than the freaking Patriots at this point. And if they were to play the damn Niners, even better. Because anyone but a divisional rival or the Patriots. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll even give you props, Ravens. Thank you for whooping our ass. As long as it means that you guys take it from the Niners or the Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But the fact that this team has to really look at itself, where are we going to go forward? I mean, we have Jared Goff. The number one thing people are giving a shit about as Rams fans is you paid Jared Goff all that money. You guess what? Jared Goff is a good to great quarterback. He's the type of quarterback you can win games with. But you also have to be able to run the football. You also have to have an offensive line. Like, it's like Lamar. I knew Lamar was good, but last season when he was fumbling the ball, losing the ball, losing games for the Ravens, all these Ravens fans wanted him gone, said that he wasn't as good as people say he was. 90% of Ravens fans gave him shit, or they didn't want him on the team. And now they say, oh yeah, we always trusted in Lamar, even though he would fumble the ball at least twice a game, threw touchdowns, didn't read the plays good, so threw to receivers that weren't there, and either they got picked off or were incomplete. That's what the Ravens fans last year. But you know what? Winning changes everything. Winning changes everything. Winning changes the narrative. Winning changes the attitude on your team or on a certain player. And guess what? I know better. I'm not gonna be like, oh, we gotta fire everyone, or we have to. Why did we give Goff that contract? Goff is fine, you guys. Goff is fine. Todd Gurley's okay. What can we do on the offensive line to benefit the team? Why do we have all these tackles playing guards and we're playing new people on here? Like, we should have been drafting a center or a guard really high in the draft, like second. Like, I'm sorry. Taylor Rapp is good, but I think for the benefit of this team, we could have done better without a Taylor Rapp on the team. If you catch my drift. If we would have gotten a fantastic center that the Saints picked up, and if we would have drafted him earlier, this team would have been running the football. You would have have to force Jared Goff to throw 40 times a game. You know what I mean? How many times did Jared Goff throw? 37 times. What do you think that secondary is doing? They're just waiting to make a move. They're waiting for Jared Goff to throw it because they know that they're forced to do it now because they can't run the football because we only ran the football 6 times with Todd Gurley. We know that Marcus Peters can't tackle for crap, so why don't we make a play where we force Marcus Peters to make a tackle? You basically forced Jared Goff to beat the Ravens by himself. You know that's not possible. He's a serviceable quarterback, but he's not like he's going to be Tom Brady or he's not Aaron Rodgers. Like, there's limits to your freaking players, man. And this is Sean McVay. This is all Sean McVay. But yet again, you also have to learn your limits. Like, okay, Baltimore are a freaking good team. Baltimore is as good as a team as we were last year, just with some differences. And we're not the same team as last year. We have injuries now. We have players that have gone, players that are no longer here. Like, there's limitations to our teams now compared to what we had last season. Last season, our offensive line was healthy. A lot of people are saying that the moment that Saffold was left is the moment this team left, because I guess now we can't replace one player. It's not that, you guys. What it was is the Rams were not thinking right. They think, oh, I can put a tackle at left guard and it's all good. It's all Gucci. It's not. There's differences between players. Why do we even have positions? Why don't we just put all centers as tackles? You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between a guard and a freaking left tackle or a center. You know what I mean? Edwards has done a decent job, coming in and trying to play guard, but he's a tackle. It's just we gotta be using our brains, you guys, and it sucks because I expect greatness from Sean McVay because I know what he can be up to. I expect greatness from Wade Phillips, but we got our ass kicked. Simple as that. The Ravens are a better team. We don't run the football. We forced Jared Goff to throw. Wade Phillips, in my opinion, not making adjustments. I don't know how many times I saw David Long Jr. out there. I don't remember how many times I saw Okoronkwo. Like, I just saw the same players getting their asses beat. I didn't see many situations where they're gonna be blitzing Jared Goff. So why don't throw a screen pass out there or a quick slant or something to make it difficult for that Ravens team to beat us? But I think we were outclassed. Sean McVay got his ass kicked when it came to coaching. We got out-muscled because we have Sebastian Joseph Day out there. I saw Greg Gaines up there. And when he was up there, they didn't get out-muscled. They got beat for like 2 yards. So take it for what it's worth. I think this team has potential, but either coaching is dropping them back or what do I want to say? Or the caliber of teams. We're not this year. It's either coaching or we're not able to beat really, really good teams. Like we were close to beating the Seahawks, right? But other than that, we got whooped by the Niners. We got whooped by the Ravens. Who else did we get whooped by? We got close to being whooped by the Buccaneers, who are like surprisingly bad. They should be good. This team is not making the playoffs, you guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could lie to you, but I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get your hopes up. Well, the best thing that we can do right now is see what players that are going to leave are worth keeping and what players aren't. There's a big list of players that are probably going to get released just because of the fact that we already have Jared Goff. He's getting paid. Todd Gurley's getting paid. Brandon Cooks getting paid. Robert Woods getting paid. Jalen Ramsey for sure is going to get paid. Clay Matthews is still on the team for another year. Weddle is the same situation. Weddle did next to nothing today too. That's his former team, and supposedly he was gonna not tell anybody what happened. But look, they still got their ass kicked. So I don't know if he even said anything, if he was true about that, or the dude is not the guy that you want on your team, and hopefully they release him because he's not that good anyways. I'd rather have John Johnson out there. Troy Hill got paid as well, so he's on the team. Nikhil Roby-Coleman's still going to be on the team, but when it comes to like guys like Brockers, he might not be back. Corey Littleton, Fowler for sure. I didn't see much from Fowler. Then on the offensive line, who knows if Whitworth might stay. Like, this team could get really, really bad or really, really good. It all depends on how McVay goes about this with Les Snead and Wade Phillips, if he even stays again. What if Wade Phillips doesn't stay? Who's going to take over for Wade Phillips? I heard that secondary's coach might get his spot. But This defense is good, but they got outclassed, outmuscled, and outperformed by Lamar Jackson. That offensive line put a whooping on our guys. There were times where those holes were perfectly open for Lamar or Ingram to just take off for like 20 plus yards, man. Damn, did that defense get lit up today. They got lit up. They got outmuscled. Simple as that. It's crazy how when a franchise decides to help out the quarterback, I don't see how the Ravens lose another game with the schedule that they have unless they have an epic implosion of epic proportion. Like, I don't see it. I see them in the AFC Championship with possibly the Patriots, because those are the only teams in the AFC that really kind of like worry you. And then the NFC, I see the Niners being in the NFC Championship game, the Saints, Seattle. Who else is out there? The Vikings, the Green Bay Packers, if they can, get some defense. There's 5 really good teams in the NFC this year. The Rams are not one of them. I'm sorry, you guys. So let me know what you guys think. Until next time, you guys, go Rams.